Stop wasting time on the road. If your drivers are consistently late, your routes are all over the place, and you don't know where your trucks are, you're not running a delivery operation, you're babysitting chaos. In this video, I'm going to show you how to keep track of your delivery times, how to optimize your pickup and delivery routes, and how to finally take back control of your time. My name is Tina Tran, and I'm the communications manager of Kelly Rentals, rental company that has made over $7 million in lifetime revenue. And today I'm going to be going over every delivery data that you need to be tracking, as well as how we do it without lifting a single finger. You don't need to be Amazon to track your fleet. Even a one-truck rental business can double its efficiency by getting smart with delivery data. This kind of tracking and reporting helps you build a business that runs itself, not one that runs you to the ground. You'll stop wasting time, stop wasting fuel, and stop overloading your best employees. Now, the first thing that a good delivery tracking system will help you with is routing. Now, this is a game changer because even if you are a one-man team, this does set up a system for whenever you do happen to grow your team. Remember that it is important to always have your processes in place in the beginning rather than trying to hurdle through things and implement them once you finally start to grow, because then that would just lead to chaos. Now, you know that your time is money, so you want to make sure that you are getting optimized routes. This means that, let's say if you have multiple drivers, your drivers know exactly what route they're going to, and they are not mixing up each other's routes, because this could really waste your time and fuel. Imagine two drivers going to the same address to drop off the same things. Now not only are you missing inventory out of your storage or warehouse, but you are wasting your delivery driver's time, and that's your pay, money out of your pocket. The second thing that this will help you with is your fuel cost control. Whenever you are optimizing your delivery routes, you are basically lining up which addresses are the closest so that drivers could hit it one by one so that they are not wasting fuel going to an area that's so far away, going one back closer to the warehouse and then another one that is also in another far location, right? Because now you're just driving back and forth and you're wasting your fuel and your money. The third thing that this will help you with is better scheduling. Because the system is optimizing your routes, it is saving you time, meaning that you could fit more deliveries and pickups into a day than you would if you were just randomly going to these different addresses. Now, another thing that is important that a good system will do is that it will tell you exactly what items are going into each delivery and each pickup, meaning that your delivery drivers will be able to see and count whenever they are dropping things off and making sure that the clients are getting all of the items that they need, as well as whenever they are picking things up. You don't want it to ever be a time whenever a delivery driver forgets your 10 tables or your 500 chairs anywhere, right? Because that would be money out of your inventory and money out of your pockets. So having a optimized delivery tracking system will definitely help you with keeping track of everything and having better control in terms of what items go where and what your delivery drivers are doing in their time. All right, so right now I have pulled up on my screen our scheduled delivery dashboard. Now, under schedules, you could select whether you want it to be a delivery or pickup whenever you're scheduling items. However, the system is exactly the same, so I'll just show you one. Once you're here, you'll just choose the Metroplex in case you have multiple locations, as well as select the date. Now, it will automatically select for today's date, so I'll just keep forward with that. First thing you'll notice is a map with pins on it. Now, this is what actually helps you with optimizing your delivery routes, right? Because whenever you're able to see map view, you're able to better group some of the delivery routes together because you could see which items are further and which items are closer to you. Now, we're in Dallas, so this is where our warehouse is, right in between Dallas and Irving. And you could see that these two places right here are very close to our warehouse. So you might want to group these two items together, this one together, and then this one might be separate, or this one might be separate as well. Now, if you only have 2 delivery drivers, a good course of action might be to group these together, because they could, get the closer ones out of the way and then drive further away for the one in closer to Fort Worth, and then have the second driver knock out all of these. Or alternatively, since they are going up here anyways, one driver could do A, C, E, and G, while another could potentially take on these other routes. Now, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the PIN IDs and their actual address. And then you could select what vehicle you would like to make that delivery route. So once you're done selecting the different vehicles for the different routes, and you're able to actually see what items are in each delivery, you could then hit assign order. Now, it's important to also be able to see what items are within that delivery, because maybe some of your drivers are more trained to do some setups compared to others, right? Imagine that one of these routes have tents, and while one driver knows how to set up the tents, another doesn't. Well, now you also have to take that into consideration. And under your delivery dashboard, whenever drivers are coming in here, because this is what they have access to, they will just select what truck vehicle they are going to be using for the day. Let's say we'll select number 2. And now they'll only be able to see what routes they have for that specific vehicle, meaning that they won't get mixed up with another delivery driver that is making another route. The second thing that a good tracking system will help you with is to get your driver's performance reports. It's sometimes very hard to keep track of your drivers, especially if you have multiple, because you're not with them all the time. They're always on the road, so you don't really know what they're doing, where they're at, unless you have a good tracking system in place that will keep track of that for you. And something that you will have to want to be able to track is your individual driver's performance metrics. Now, for us, we do this by keeping track of successful deliveries, unsuccessful deliveries, and also keeping track of how long a driver takes whenever they are onloading or offloading or setting up or tearing down specific events. This will really give you insight in terms of how long they're taking at each location. It will tell you how many successful deliveries they have, which it might sound crazy, but sometimes, drivers could miss a table, they could miss a chair, or they might have a problem with the client and the client's like, I don't want this anymore. So just being able to see that will really help you know what their track record is, right? Because the more data you have on an employee's track record, the more you're able to give them recognition for what they're doing. And this is something that goes really well alongside if you have a commission-based system for paying your drivers. I know a lot of us pay drivers per hour. However, we used to do that too, but right now we've changed it over to a commission-based system. And the reason why was that we noticed whenever we were paying hourly that drivers would take more time on the road. They would make a lot more pit stops just to eat up that time and get the pay that they think they deserve, right? But with the commission-based system, what we are doing is the drivers are getting a percentage of the delivery cost. So, let's say if the delivery cost is $100 and we're paying a driver 10% of each of the deliveries, well, for that one delivery cost of $100, they'll get maybe $10. that sounds very low, but our metrics are actually very different. That was just an example. But yeah, so this basically incentivizes the drivers to complete more deliveries in a timely manner, because the more they're able to complete, the more they're able to earn. All right, now I'm going to show you what this looks like on our dashboard. So right now, we actually have a active dashboard under our deliveries, and you could see basically in drive time how long it takes to get to each of the locations. And this is one of our drivers, Alexis. She is actually Eddie's daughter. Now, not only are you able to see the drive time, but if you actually go under reports and employee reports, you're able to select each employee you want to see the metrics of. So since we were on Alexis's route, I'm going to pull up Alexis's metrics. So you could see that she has a total of 259 successful stops with only 4 unsuccessful stops. This is a big deal. Now, if you look at her total delivery, total pickups, and her warehouse customer pickups and customer returns, you could see that she's done a lot of these items. And here, if you scroll down, you're able to see what time she's arrived at each of the location, as well as what time she's marked it delivered and completed. So right here's the time stamp in between. So here you're able to see that she only took 2 minutes to offload the items that she was delivering. So that's very good time. And the way that your drivers do this is on the driver dashboard. All right, so now back on the driver dashboard, whenever you have arrived at a specific location, you'll mark it as arrived. Now, this starts a timer in the system that keeps track of how long they are there for. Once you're done, you'll just mark it as delivered, and then it will stop the clock, so you're able to see how long each person takes to either set something up, offload something, unload something, or even tear it down. Here, you're also able to see the order items, as the delivery driver, as well as any notes that other team members have made. And here it says that one of our team members had noted that this event is going to be at 8 a.m. And this is just going to help our delivery drivers know what to prioritize whenever they're on the road. Now, going back to reports, not only are you able to see their performance in terms of how long they're taking and how many drives they've done, you're also able to see their income and what they've earned for each delivery. So you can see right here, our drivers are not earning a 10% commission. It's actually 45%. So they're getting paid pretty well. And yeah, so that's just how it works. You're really able to not only keep track of time, but keep track of how much your employees are getting paid as well, especially if you're on a commission-based system. Now, the third thing that this will help you with is customer satisfaction. With on-time delivery and pickups, especially now that you know all of your employees' metrics and you're able to kind of set an expectation on what you are wanting them to do, how long you're wanting them to stay at specific spots, even with a commission-based system, especially because they are trying to, make their deliveries as quickly as possible so they're able to get more out of that commission, this is going to lead to a lot more on-time deliveries compared to if your employees are lazing around, you can't really track or see where they are, you're paying them an hourly wage, so they're just eating up the time. It's more likely for them to not only be late to deliveries, but kind of move in a more sluggish manner. And the cool thing too is that on our system, whenever drivers mark that a order has been delivered or picked up, our system will automatically send a text to the client letting them know that their order has been delivered or their order has been picked up. In that message, our message specifically, they're also asked to respond to confirm if it is or not. And so this will also help us keep our employees accountable, right? Because if a driver has marked it as picked up or delivered, but a client has said, no, it hasn't been delivered, well, now you know that they're lying and they're abusing the system. So this is really a checks and balances thing that could really help you. Now, not only is this a checks and balance for your driver, but clients also really appreciate getting that text notification, letting them know whenever you're on the way and different things like that, because they really value communications. Across our over 1,000 reviews, over 1,000 5-star reviews, the primary thing that clients will definitely mention is that we have great communication. And they always say they'll come back because they appreciate the thorough communication that we do, from sales all the way to deliveries. Having a system in place that will help you streamline your delivery process and track your orders will not only benefit yourself and your employees, but it'll benefit your customers as well, because they appreciate the over communication. And so this is all something that you could do through Rentmore Pro. It is a software that we have built ourselves from the ground up as people in the rental industry, right? Especially because we know what we need and what worked for us. This will help other rental industry owners just get their hands into what is actually useful. And it was built by Xavier, the CEO of Kelly Rentals. So if you're interested in this software, please click the link in the description for a free demo today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to see more like it, please click this playlist up here. Otherwise, please like, comment, share, and subscribe so we could bring you more videos like this.